Looking for a job can be a frustrating and stressful exercise, and for some people the job interview itself can be the most frightening part of the process. Not so for me. I generally go into a job interview feeling pretty comfortable and relaxed, and it seems to work in my favour because at the end of it they generally offer me the job. I remember somebody who applied for a position at a company I worked for. We knew her, she was from another branch of the company, and we liked her and we thought she'd fit in really well, so my boss encouraged her to apply for the job. And when she arrived there to discuss that with him, she was feeling pretty confident that the job was hers for the taking, and the interview was just a bit of a formality that they had to go through. She was feeling so confident and comfortable and relaxed about the whole thing that somewhere during the interview process she leaned back in a chair and put her feet up on the desk. When it was all over, my boss came out of his office looking absolutely horrified and said, "She put her feet up on the fucking desk." She didn't get the job. There's a difference between feeling comfortable and making yourself comfortable. I knew somebody who applied for a job that she was well qualified for, and the interview went really well, except that she was sitting in an awkward position, or the chair she was in was badly designed, but by the end of the interview one of her legs had gone to sleep. So when she got up to leave, she fell over. She fell on the floor and couldn't get up, and ended up crawling out the door feeling like a total idiot, as you would. The good thing is they gave her the job. She began her new relationship with her new employer feeling like a total idiot, but things improved from there, and they all had a good laugh about it afterwards, so it was okay. I knew somebody who applied for a position that required quite a bit of skill and experience, which he had. They liked him. They invited him along to a second interview. It wasn't long before he found himself on a short list of 2 candidates. And then he didn't hear from them. So he phoned them and asked them what was happening. "Have you made a decision yet about who you're going to give the job to?" And they said, "Well, yes, actually the job is yours if you still want it." So he was pretty happy and he took the job. But he thought that it was really weird that they hadn't contacted him, that he'd had to phone them. Then it turned out that he and the other candidate were so evenly matched that they couldn't choose between them. So they'd made a decision to give the job to the first one of them who phoned them and asked the question. Now, I would never have thought of that. But what I say to people now is, if you've applied for a job and you haven't heard whether you've got it or not, chase them up. It could just nudge them in your direction and make the difference between success and failure. Way back when I was still a teenager, I got a job in an educational facility that had about 400 academic staff, that had thousands of students. I was one of the admin staff, and my job was probably the most insignificant and least important job in the place. So I was very surprised when on the second day that I was there, I was invited up to the top floor to meet the deputy principal. He was a pretty cool guy. He sat me down and gave me a pep talk, told me all about the place, and he said, "It's a very big place, there are lots and lots of people here, it'll take you a long time to get familiar with the place." And then he said, "From my experience, once you get familiar with the place, that's the time to leave." We both laughed, and 2 weeks later he left. I hope it was nothing I said. If you're going for a job interview, stay calm, be yourself. It's only a conversation after all. My advice is ask them lots of questions. They seem to like that. And don't tell them that you're better at your job than you really are. Tell them that you're better than the job that you've got.